I feel like I understand how important that is. Like you only get one father and one mom.
Right. Tell me about your daughter.
Oh, I got two daughters.
But I
The
finally got
oldest
back to
one.
regular
My oldest
questions.
one,
Mm-hmm.
we got a great relationship because I raised her brother before I had her. So, and I feel like I want to have a better connection with her, but her mama have a view on me and she's want to paint that to our child. And that's what I, disconnect from because even her mama, I respect her mama and what she got going on. And just because you disagree with me don't mean you have to take something away that we both created. I would never want to get around my kids and make them feel like your mama's this way. I feel like you should be your mama how you should view her. And I'm gonna be a dad.
The closest thing to fresh air in this office
No,
is your
they gave me
boss's
what I had.
screensaver.
For sure.
So, I mean, my father, with him being in and out of prison and having much respect, I feel like a lot of people wanted me to follow his footprints. Because once he got taken away, it was just like, that's all I had. And a lot of people wanted me to be like him, but I knew where it end up, and it just wasn't my heart. So I always wanted to take out there what he left. So I was always bringing my little brothers in and take care of them because that's what he'd want me to do. And I know he wasn't a bad guy, but even when he died at his funeral, it was hard for me to cry because I know what he did to people that happened to him. It's part of life.
Right. Yeah, that's how that should be. Um, Montana, my father. That's like my blessing from God. I always wanted a father. My biological daddy. That's me and his father. His name Jeffrey in jail. Both our name Contrell. I'm the oldest. But I respect my daddy. Even though I barely know him, I respect him and I love him. And I remember from the times I have got the chance to be around him, like it probably was just 3 times out of my whole life. And I was little. I remember everything, like just that I seen from him and shit like that. But I respect my dad. I make sure when I get on the phone with him, I call him father. I don't never let that nigga have no sad moment. Like I know for a fact, like I'm always gonna be a highlight to his life.
Mm-hmm.
Really, always. My dad a real gangster. I'm talking about real gangster.
And do you feel like it was pushed on you to take after his footsteps?
Not at all. I'm thankful for how the story went, man. I wouldn't redo shit. I'm thankful for who I am today. I accepted everything. Like, I just want to move forward. He'll be home soon. Everything will be okay.
Mm-hmm.
Everything will be okay. You close with your mom?
I feel like we close, but I feel like we can be closer. And it's hard to connect with her because I try to bring her from getting out of survival mode. And my mama, she only followed what her mama showed her. Food stamps in Section 8. So
That's crazy.
I was just one of those kids I remember us getting Wi-Fi and the neighbor asked for the password and I give it to him. And I'd have pissed my mama off. And she always used to just say like, this is ours. So, and it was always us against them. And she didn't really teach us how to love other people. But I get to experience my grandma. My grandma was more open. My grandma was love in church.
I think my relationship with my mama used to be a big part of my anger. Until I told myself, like, it's just certain shit you can't fix. Like, certain people you're not going just bond with in a way that you expect or the way that you desire. Basically just long for and just hope for. So I started loving my mom from a distance. Like today, I never even like speak to her again. Like we'll never talk again. I know this for a fact. But I love her. Like I care.
Mm-hmm.
I hope she know that too. I want her to know that.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't got nothing to do with no dollar. It ain't even got nothing to do with my trauma no more. Or something that I was supposedly angry about. Just love him.
Mm-hmm.
Cause that's my grandmother's daughter. And I love my grandma deeply.
Mm-hmm. Do you remember how you and your grandma relationship?
Mm-hmm.
Did she used to pick you, like how would she come into your life?
Fucking right. Say it one more time.
I said, how did she come in your life? I remember, because I got close to my grandma more when my daddy passed away. And I remember her, you know, she'd always remind her of my daddy.
I always been with my grandma. Real talk. Throughout my whole lifespan, I probably stayed with my grandma 65% of the whole time. Probably 70. But I always been grandma baby. Real talk. Shit, my grandma was always like, my grandma is my mama, but I get that statement could be disrespectful, you know? And we ain't trying to like rub nobody the wrong way. So it's like she played a very big part on some shit. She my grandma though, my grandma. It's cool.
Mm-hmm.
That's my heart though.
You ready?
I never thought there would be
Man,
life
this
after
nigga,
you,
hey, this
but there
nigga,
was.
he was
Do you happen to
fucking
be high on
drowning
it?
for the
No.
last 7 minutes off
What
these
could you
new
say
kids
about,
playing out here.
you know, someone that, if somebody
Straight
wanted
up
advice from
bullshit.
you, just in life and just to, you know, move forward and not to go through certain things, what would you be able to tell them?
You can't be scared to it's okay to have heart. You can't be scared to show your heart, but you can't be also scared to let your guard down, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Or like just basically like be kind, be 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 linguant with people, you know? Cause your heart to get you fucked up, my boy. Sometimes you might show too much heart, and sometimes you might show too like less. Too how you said. Sometimes you might show you got too much heart, and sometimes you might show less heart, and that goes back to you might put too much effort into something or you didn't.
Mm-hmm.
You know, man, that's a great question. I'm gonna tell you like this, bro. Just be considerate. You know, you gotta be willing to forgive at least like more than once, because that's really what life really about too. On some G shit, bro. And you probably not gonna understand me right now, but you gotta find them people who you willing to like receive pain for and go through hurt with, cause everybody gonna hurt you, you know. But you can't walk around like every bitch is out to get you. Every woman is not out to get you. Like I be telling my wife this, like no matter what we'll go through, every man is not out to hurt you. Like they got good men out here, bro. If I wanted to give anybody advice, man, just tell you this, bro. Pay attention and focus. Don't be too hard on yourself. You could tell a lot about a man when he gets stripped out his possessions, right? I done had the world in my hands like more than once. Bitch will get took from me. I always like came from out this dark alleyway, dying down out drugs, and I'm always ended up in a cell. And I ain't take that shit too well. I'm telling you that as a man. You can tell a lot about a man when you strip the nigga out of his possessions.
Mm-hmm.
My last go around, I ain't take that shit too well. I cried, man. I was broken. Cause it's like it happened to me at a time where it really meant the most to me, nigga.
Mm-hmm.
You know? And bro, I felt like the world had fell on me. I felt like my whole world that I molded in it. and sat that bitch up there, you know, cause I was proud like it's a trophy. That man, by the time I looked up, that bitch fell on me, fat. That bitch fell on me, and I seen a lot of people just treat me so bad, and I had to realize like that's karma, son. That's karma, bro. And that's from not just making the right decisions, nigga. You gotta chill. You gotta chill. You gotta focus.
That nigga got a tint to
You
his
gotta know
eyes and shit.
you wanna put
Like he
too
been
much
smoking
effort.
too much.
Basically, put a lot of effort into
Too
something, and
much
you gotta know
nicotine
like
and shit.
when it ain't
He
worth
got
putting
like
a lot of
that
effort.
nicotine
That's
tint
my
to his
advice to you, bro.
eyes.
Mhm.
Hold position, nigga. That's it. Hold position. You gotta know when you put in too much effort. You gotta know when to put less effort. That's just that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot. I just open up, and I feel like I'm the same way. I'm learning how to.
Thank you, dude.
I'm learning how to, like, you know, think for others too, because I feel like I'm mindful. But
You gotta be considerate.
yeah. Age, do you feel like age is a real thing with you? From 16, 17, 20, 21, do you feel like age is a real thing?
Man, I thought you were finna like talking about women. I about to say, man, what the
No.
fuck?
I'm saying to yourself, just your journey. Like, cause sometimes do we just feel like know better in our spirit? Or do you feel like age have changed you? And the older you get, the more you understand things. Or do you just feel like it was naturally in you?
Yeah, age changed me. But I say winning, being successful, nigga, like receiving achievements, like being proud of myself, like overcoming certain barriers and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
But y'all saying it
What's some
sound like
things
you
that you
about to
have
cry.
achieved when you told yourself, like, I'm gonna do this and make this happen? Because those are things I'm working on. I'm like, you know, to be a comedian, I think I've just been going and been thankful and just trying to be creative, but I haven't set goals for myself a lot.
I'm a very natural person, but most of my achievements came very unexpectedly. And it actually came from hard work, not knowing that it'll come, but just like not giving up on myself, and that shit felt great. I used to tell myself, oh, I never get $100,000 a show. To each show of Master Tour, nigga, I got 1.5.
I'm reacting to a video. This is
I ain't
Marco
getting no
video.
fucking 5. Nigga, I got 1.5 every show. Nothing less than 1.2 a night.
Mm-hmm.
I never believed no shit like that. I never thought shit like that. I never thought about actually having my #1 album and all that. I always wanted it. I always said I wanted it. But you would never like actually believe none of that shit, my dude. I used to tell my wife that I wasn't gonna make it to see 21 years old. And when I was in jail, I told her, I said, I feel like I ain't gonna make it to see 25. And she said, you remember you used to tell me you wasn't gonna make it to 21? And it's always like these like.
But I know you speak on like the power of the tongue is real. So when you speak like that, why do you feel like you put those words out if you feel like the power of your tongue is real? Or just sharing your thoughts with somebody you love?
Cause that was actually like the timing. That was actually how I used to feel and what I used to think. Man, you ever got so mad or you ever like got so like just down at I don't know, bro. I'm gonna stick with mad. Man, I used to get so mad. Man, I say the devil, this nigga. The bitch used to have me feeling like I sent a bullet at anything while I was ready to receive anything. Like I really ain't just give a fuck what happened. And that was like the most poorest way of thinking.
Nigga saying he's a notorious
the
crash
most weakest
out.
way of thinking. Then I actually knew like the type of life I live and the shit I used to be into. And like I used to I always been that nigga to know like you ain't the most dangerous. You ain't